The world around us is remarkable. Everywhere you look, there are extraordinary revelations to uncover, from archaeological mysteries surrounding the ancient Aztecs to the various enigmas of the cosmos. Our existence brings with it an endless pursuit of knowledge. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 amazing recent discoveries. Archaeologists will have to bury an Aztec tunnel in order to protect it. Of all anterior civilizations, the Aztecs are perhaps the most enigmatic and intriguing. The majority of the knowledge we possess of what their culture and lives were like comes from excavations and scriptures archaeologists have found in temples and classical Aztec towns. As such, it may seem odd for archaeologists to want to bury a tunnel that could lead to discoveries untold. Archaeologists from Mexico's Institute of Anthropology and History will be burying an ancient tunnel they found back in 2019 when they excavated Tenochtitlan, one of the Aztec Empire's most famous city-states. The tunnel in question is part of the Albarradón de Ecatepec system and is a deeply intricate tunnel that was created and constantly altered and rebuilt by countless other civilizations that resided in the area before and after the Aztecs. For centuries, this tunnel was changed and made to reflect the culture living above it at the time. The archaeologists have a handful of reasons as to why they need to bury the tunnel, including, but not limited to, the fact the tunnel is part of Tenochtitlan's defensive system against flooding. This system is extremely complex and powerful and includes a myriad of tunnels, dams, canals, and anti-flood protective measures. When the tunnel was first discovered in 2019, the Mexican government, travel agencies, and archaeological institutes hoped to turn the site into an open exhibition for tourists to witness with their own eyes. This tunnel is truly a feat of human history. Traces of both Aztec and Spanish historical designs, innovations, and cultural influences exist in it. But the sinister side of archaeology includes dark archaeologists and marauders who might enter the tunnels illegally and take what is not theirs in order to sell them to museums or underground collectors. Burying the tunnel assures its safety from such individuals. The tunnel is stable but was critically harmed during the 1600s by an onslaught of floods that overwhelmed what is now Mexico City. These floods caused the Spaniards occupying the area to overhaul all the flood tunnels. The tunnel has various glyphs and sigils on its walls from different eras and cultures. Many of these are thought to be pre-Hispanic symbols that could bring more insight into Aztec culture. As of now, 11 such symbols were discovered. Among these were the images of raindrops, birds of prey, and what appears to be a military shield. These glyphs might have been embedded into these ancient walls by not only the Aztecs, but quite possibly by the autochthonous populations of nearby Mesoamerican cities of Chiconautla and Ecatepec, who were thought to have helped the Aztecs build the tunnel. Despite the tunnel's old age, its Spanish-based architecture is clear to see when it comes to the overall structure. At some point, the Spaniards left their own mark on the landmark. It is even possible that this tunnel was built during the very early colonial period of Mesoamerica, as evidenced by the Spanish-influenced arches and features alongside the traditional Aztec and Mesoamerican glyphs and flooding systems. The archaeologists involved promised to adhere to special masonry that is meant to protect the tunnel's cultural elements from harm during its burial, and that it would be buried in a way that would make re-excavation easier in the future. Largest megaripples on Earth from dinosaur asteroid found under Louisiana. Louisiana is known as a land of urban myths and mysterious happenings, but underneath Louisiana lies the largest ever megaripples ever found on Earth. These megaripples are 16 meters in length, which is equivalent to a 5-story building. They stretch 5,000 feet in width. The megaripples lie right underneath the Lat Lake and its near vicinity. Their geology implies that they formed directly after the extinction of the dinosaurs when the meteor that took them out hit the surface of our green planet. Data analysis revealed that these megaripples date back to the Cretaceous period of the Earth over 65 million years ago. Back then, the entire area had still been underwater. As for how the ripples formed, when the Chicxulub asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula, it caused a huge tsunami that formed the mega-ripples on the sea floor. Gary Kinsland, a professor at the University of Louisiana, stated, "The occurrence of ripples of that size means something very big had to disturb the water column. This is just further evidence that the Chicxulub impact ended the Cretaceous period." Devon Energy, an energy corporation, took 3D seismic surveys of the lake's area and found the mega-ripples on the lake floor. The surveys were done using surface detectors that capture sound waves that are reflected by the underground rocks and their layers. It is these sound waves that allow scientists to map out the specific geology of the bottom of the lake. Kinsland knew after seeing the ripples in the data that they had to have been caused by the Chicxulub meteor. "I immediately saw the ripples, and I immediately knew the direction the water would have had to have been traveling in to create them. And I knew that if you go backwards from that, you run right in Chicxulub." As a result, he could use the data to figure out the exact direction that the Chicxulub tsunami went and determined it was facing south-southeast, pointing back to the Chicxulub crater, solidifying his belief that the meteorite and mega-ripples are connected occurrences. The wavelength of the ripples was estimated to have been about 1,968 feet. Alongside their width and amplitude, this makes them the largest mega-ripples on Earth found thus far, dating back 65 or 66 million years. These mega-ripples were trapped, so to speak, underwater after the tsunami washed across the entire Gulf of Mexico and Louisiana, and were so deeply hidden under the waves that when violent storms overwhelmed the Gulf of Mexico, the ripples were safe and undisturbed for millions of years. As time passed, the ripples were covered by shale, a sedimentary type of rock that protected the mega-ripples from being disturbed until we found them. Shale is composed of primarily mud and clay with fragments of various minerals. The shale formed throughout a period of 5 million years after the catastrophe, or about 56 million years ago. The shale itself was then covered by other kinds of sediments that built up through the epochs. Discovery of a dying supermassive black hole via a 3,000-year-long light echo. Black holes are unquestionably the most feared and unknown cosmic object in our known universe. Furthermore, there is at least one hiding in almost every single galaxy. Sometimes referred to as the dark hearts of galaxies, black holes are a subject of fascination for many. At the center of our very own Milky Way, there is thought to lie a supermassive black hole, potentially with a mass worth billions of times that of our Sun. The scientific term used for these supermassive black holes is AGN, known as active galactic nuclei. These AGNs give out tons of radiation in a similar way to how radio waves or X-rays produce radiation. They are also the reason why you can sometimes visibly see jets of ionized gases in cosmic photographs. AGNs are not eternal, however, and as all things in the universe someday, they do have a life that eventually expires. After a considerable amount of time, an AGN will shut down. But the reasoning for this, or the process of how it occurs, remains unknown to astronomers. Koei Ishikawa, a top researcher at Tohoku University in Sendai, Japan, has come across new information that might give us more insight into these massive black holes. Ishikawa observed the galaxy of ARP 187 and found what he and his colleagues believed to be a dying AGN. When searching the galaxy, they found the telltale signs of twin jets of ionized gases showing up on their photographs, but were unable to find any radio waves coming from ARP 187. All active nuclei produce radio waves. A secondary look into the galaxy using NASA's NuSTAR, short for Nuclear Spectroscopic Telescope Array, was supposed to show the number of X-rays coming from the galaxy, but despite the advanced technology, there was little to no X-ray traces found. The data is currently inconclusive, but the majority of scientists believe that while Ishikawa was incorrect that the AGN was still alive, They do believe it was there, but that it died off thousands of years ago, leaving only a large AGN jet trace behind, a light echo of what once was. If there is one amazing thing about humanity, it is our persistence to never stop learning. Endlessly, we try to reach new lengths, to find out more about the universe, to discover our place in the bigger picture, and to find our purpose. No matter what may come in the future, we can rest assured that we will never stop trying to expand our knowledge and understanding. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.